The Loud Spot podcast uses adult humor and adult language in its broadcast. It may be unsuitable for younger audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, we are idiots. Please don't take anything we say offensive or to heart.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian, hanging out with new metal messiah, Diego. We got Kyler joining us, who is not feeling very well today, bless her heart. And then we got Scott Martin, who's in a band. I think it's a full band, Scott Martin and the Grand Disaster. Is that like a band thing? Or is that a project that you're working on and it's just Scott Martin?
No, it's a band thing, man. You know, like, I mean, I'm a solo artist, but I put the band together for this record. And it harkens back to an old band I had been in.
Okay. Oh, and the band was called, what was that band name called?
It was called Bulletproof Messenger.
That's right. Okay. So wait, were you a solo artist in Bulletproof Messenger?
No, I was the guitar player, actually. And, you know, we had written a song called Grand Disaster. When it came time for me to, like, put music out, I was like, you know what, I've got this, like, band of dudes, and one of them happened to be the drummer from that band, like, 10 years later, which is very funny. So I was like, you know what, man, let's call this that. And it was like, well, hell yeah, because that's what life is. You know?
For sure.
So Scott, so Scott Martin, I gotta say, calling your band name Scott Martin, okay? When you Google Scott Martin, the first person that comes up is another dude from New York City who is a jazz pianist, I think. So I was doing all this research on this jazz pianist. I'm like, this is not the right guy. I looked at their music video, and then I looked at this guy, and I was like, do you know who the other Scott Martin is from New York?
Yeah, that's Bobby. Yeah, there's a pianist, or there's a sax player. There's a fisherman that's very famous, actually.
So there's multiple Scott Martins. Have you thought about and you're you know, do you write all the music for the band? Like, it's your project and you brought other guys in?
Yes, so I wrote all the music, wrote all the songs and everything. And, you know, from time to time, I mean, I'll be like, hey, man, like, play your thing, do your thing or whatever, you know? Like, my bass player, very much like that. I was like, Matt, you know, here's the tune. Play bass, you know, see what you like. Same thing with Joe. But between me and my producer, Michael Worth, we really kind of, like, put the bones out, you know?
How long have you been doing or writing music? How long have you been a musician for?
Oh, gosh. About 25 years, 26 years.
And have you always wrote music for the ladies? I swear to God, your music is for the ladies, dude. It's good, but it's definitely for the ladies. I'm listening to this like, I don't know that I could jam this song super loud because it's kind of U2-ish. It sounds good, but it's for the girls, right? Like, it's like a heart, not like a, what would you call it? Like a heart, not heartbreaker song, but it's the girls the girls fall in love with you.
It's a heart, yeah,
with your music writing.
It's like a heart thought, like, yeah, like
heartthrob.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
No, the heartthrob. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just
go ahead.
Oh no, yeah. It's I mean, I just something poppy will pop into my head. No, you know, pun intended. And I'll just go with it, and I just happen to go, oh, this is a cool melody, like. Head over heels, this is cool. You know, I met somebody and they inspired it, and yeah, it came out sounding really poppy and really sugary, you know.
That's what you're going for.
Do you wear Doc Martens?
Do I wear Doc Martens? No, I don't. I wear cowboy boots.
Oh, see, that's cool though. Leather. He's got the leather. Okay.
You know what I did?
Yeah.
You know what I did notice? I noticed that in the music video, I think it's a trio, right? It's just like a drummer, a bass player, and then you play guitar and sing.
Look at you using trio. Good job.
See, I know.
Yep.
Okay, so it's a trio, and everybody in the band has really good hair, right? Has really good hair. Is that important?
Yeah.
Is that important when you're writing songs for the ladies? Like, no one in your band can be bald. You got to have good-looking dudes with good-looking hair. Is that a prerequisite, or did it just happen to be guys with good hair?
It just happens to be so. I think the only prerequisite, you know, is just like don't wear shorts on stage or something silly like that. Man, I don't fucking know. You know?
He does have really good hair.
He does
like
have
Like
great
perfect
hair. No, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
You have like a
I
really
like how
great
he-
hairline.
He
Oh,
instantly
thanks, guys. It was a gift from my dad, so you know.
he started like shifting back and forth. I think he senses that there's not exactly what you would call hair under these hats.
Go ahead, show off what our team's made of. Go for it, guys.
Yeah.
We're made of a bunch of bald dudes. Well, no, Sam's not bald. He's like, what the fuck kind of podcast is this?
Yeah.
Not my hair. God damn it.
Yeah.
No, I dig it, man.
Good hair. I mean, hey, it's good hair. You got to compliment it. When you have it, you have it.
No, I appreciate it. Cheers to that. You know.
A session guitar player, right? That's kind of one. That's what is it? So I'm not that. I do music podcasts. I talk to people, but a session guitar player, is that where you go into the studio and record for other people, or what is a session guitar player?
Yeah, pretty much. So like someone will be like, "Hey, Scotty, I'm making a record or whatever. Can you come in and play guitar on it?" And you go, "Okay, well, send me the songs that you have or any ideas you might have, and maybe we'll go in the rehearsal studio before, or maybe I'll just wind up in the studio, on whatever day they're tracking." And you kind of ask people, "Well, what vibe are you going for here? Show me a couple like guide tracks, things that you're looking for," and I can pretty much nail down any tone I hear. So it's sort of you're creating just guitar tracks for an artist on any given song, in any given genre, really. I mean, I don't really play jazz, but like anything that's rock or pop or
Not to confuse it with the other Scott Martin who does play jazz.
Exactly.
You're the non-jazz guy. Gotcha.
Right.
Yes.
What's the craziest?
Sebastian, doesn't he kind of look like Tiss? Remember
Robert?
Tiss?
Yeah, he kind of does. There's a friend we have from back in the day. You know, it's the hair. I think it's the hair.
Yeah, it is there.
It's definitely the hair. What is the craziest like guitar session you've done? Have you done any metal or something you really weren't used to doing that I guess expanded your horizons, or maybe you felt uncomfortable doing? Or like a song you just didn't fucking like?
That's a good one, man. Gosh, now I got to think because I've been doing it for so damn long, but I know it's happened too.
Or is it always just you two? Just kidding. Just kidding. It's not you two.
Yeah, right.
And you know what? It might not even sound like you two to everyone else, but it sounds like it to me, kind of. But
Oh
is
no,
it like
it's definitely. I mean, I love U2, man. Like when I heard that shit as a kid, I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, what is this sound?" And
I could tell. No, I could tell. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. No, I can change my style depending on what it is that somebody's asking for, but I definitely do lean a lot towards like textured delay lines like that. It's just something that I think adds a little more movement to a song. So if I can do that and it fits, I'll do it. But otherwise it's someone will say, "Well, hey man, can you play something that's a little more like folky or this or that?" And you'll try and go off of what they suggest to you.
Oh, Kyler, you're not looking too well right now.
How did you catch me right now? I was like,
Because you
"Don't
just
be
like
obvious."
breathed it in, your eyes look deeply sunk into your face, and you look like you're about to fucking vomit all over the place. Just don't do it on camera. Please do not throw up on camera. I swear to God, if you throw up on camera,
Now I'm just gonna do it because you called me out.
You better not throw up on. You better not throw up on camera. I will get. Oh my God! I swear to God.
Why are your eyes watering, Sebastian? Why are your? I can see it.
Because I'm thinking about vomiting also now.
Okay.
Don't
Because
say
of the look on
it.
her face.
I'm
Sorry,
gonna
Scott.
spray it.
God. I have a phobia for vomiting. I really do. I have a huge phobia for vomiting. I don't. In fact, I carry throw up pills wherever I go. They're for pregnant women. But I take that. I swear to God, they're called Zofran or Ondansetron is like the generic name.
Oh, the dissolvable ones.
No,
Do they
I used to
dissolve?
do the dissolvables. Now I just take the pill ones. No, I just
my
You
take
did the
pill
weenie ones. I just wanted to call you out. You did the
Okay,
weenie
okay.
ones. Put it
Speaking
under
of
your
phobias, besides talking about music, Scott, we're gonna get back to it. Do you have any phobias or things that you just can't stand?
I mean, I do not fuck with spiders, man.
I don't either. I don't either.
Yeah. No, I'm not into that. I think that movie came out when I was a kid, and I was like, yeah, no, that's going to stay with me for the rest of my life.
Tell us about how you grew up, dude. Like, so you two, you said you got U2, and that was kind of maybe an inspiration for you. Was your family musicians, or was there a concert you went to that just got you starting to play guitar and writing music?
Oh, sure, man. I mean, I grew up in right around where JFK Airport is. And around 14, my cousin, older cousin, started to like slipping me CDs at family parties. He'd be like, yo, take this home and listen to it. Take this home and listen to it. And he gave me REM one day. And that kind of kickstarted. I was like, yo, this band's fucking awesome, but I want to know how they make their songs. I don't, I know all the words. I know the CD back to front, but like, how do you make a song like this? What is this? And my dad had played guitar back in the day. So I found his old guitar, which did not play well. It did not sound good. And I, sort of tried to figure out how to do what I was doing with it. And then, very slowly and painfully, I started to figure out how to play guitar, and this is before YouTube. This is before anything else. So it was all just like books and like listening to records and trying to sort it out.
The music industry has changed so much, and you live in a big city. You live in, I think, Brooklyn, right? And what's crazy is I didn't hear your accent until you said "awesome" and "song."
Wait,
and
say
song.
it again.
Awesome?
Say "awesome" and "song."
Awesome. Yo, it's an awesome song, man.
Dude, does that not sound a little Australian? Also, is it just me, or is it?
A little bit. Yeah, I'm over here reading some bios. And I'm like, man, am I missing it? Am I on the wrong bio? This says
Dude, did you get the jazz pianist?
I hear
pianist.
Parts of, yeah. No jazz pianist, but yeah. So the landscape of the New York music scene overall, like it's almost foreign to me because I'm a West Coast kid, grew up on the West Coast.
Right.
Now I live here in Nashville, and it's kind of like, not that you don't really pay attention to anything, but you just don't hear a lot from like, out of New York because everybody is LA or now Nashville. So like, just give us a little taste, like pull the curtain back on the New York music scene.
Sure.
Lift up the skirt, if you will.
There you go. Yeah, I like that too.
Oh man, I mean New York shit. New York is funny, man, because like a lot of the clubs, we lost a lot during the pandemic. During COVID, like all of my favorite places shut down, man. So we've only for the last couple of years been really restarting, and I think that a lot of the big scene in New York, there's like it's like a two-part thing, right? You got your scene of covers where you can go out to this bar, that bar, and it's always a cover band, and then you've got your original music scene, and that usually tends to be a little more underground, a little, dingier of a vibe when you're going to those kind of venues. And a lot of them are in Brooklyn, which is, I mean, it's the best, man. I love my part of the city. I've been here for 15 years, but it's very diverse. It's just, it doesn't really get the same level, I guess, of overall press as like, bands from LA or this artist from LA or this artist is out of Nashville. New York is like very gritty, man. I don't know. I mean, people spend years like pounding the pavement here before they get, their hooks in something.
So so you're saying New York is harder to make it in the it's cold in the wintertime. It's not cold in the summertime. I think it's pretty hot.
That's all it would take.
It's been hot for the last week, guys.
Right, yeah.
What, we're gonna take a quick
hot as bulls.
Hot as bulls. My dad's from Brooklyn. He's from New York City, and I don't hear his accent, but a lot of people hear his accent. We're going to take a quick sponsored break, and when we come back, we're not going to talk about bulls. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then play the newest, I think it's your newest music video, Head Over Heels. So we'll be right back with Scott Martin from Scott Martin and the Grand Disaster. All right, and we are back, and let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. From my understanding, I don't know if I'm right or not. I'm wrong a lot of times, okay? But it got like 6 million views or something. Is that what is that?
Yeah, man, it's wild. So It was very random. It was during pandemic. I was watching a lot of like the old spaghetti westerns again, Clint Eastwood westerns, things like that, right?
Yeah.
And the composer was this Italian dude, Ennio Morricone, right? And he passed away early in 2020. And I'm sitting at home. I can't go out. I can't do anything. And I'm like, you know what? I like that. I think I'm going to try and figure out how to do it just on guitar. I'm going to try and take that theme song from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and I'm going to try and just do it totally orchestrated on guitars, like a little, tribute to the guy, right? So I get it done. I put it up. It doesn't really go anywhere. And, cool, whatever. I did it for the sake of making art, right?
Uh-huh.
So last December, I go and I watched the last World Cup game, which was like the craziest soccer match I've ever seen, right? It was just absolutely unbelievable. And I get a little tipsy. Yeah, nuts is a man.
Yeah.
Nuts and bolts.
Yeah.
Fucking I'm sorry guys, it's a little glitchy, so I have
No, that's
hearing
fine.
it,
That's
but,
fine. It's fine. It's fine. You just said fucking. I was reading Kyler's shirt that says I fuck on the first date. So, anyways, it's all good.
Doesn't everybody shit? No.
I love it.
If they don't, they should. Okay.
I'm always gonna get free drinks when I wear this out. Like for sure. They're gonna be like, get this
yeah.
drunk. She's already letting you know it's going down.
Dude.
And then they don't want to deal with trash Kyler, so then they're screwed. But she's right.
All right, so you're at the World Soccer game, and
Right.
I think that's where we left off.
Sorry, yeah. So we left off there. So I noticed, like, very drunk in bed later, just like, oh shit, I hit like 10K views from like this thing I did years ago. I'll just pop it up on Instagram, to celebrate. 10K seems like a cool thing. And all of a sudden, like, and all of a sudden, like, everybody in Brazil is listening to it. Like, suddenly people in Turkey are listening to it. People in Mexico are listening to it. I can't keep up with like all the comments and shit. I'm like, this is bizarre, man. Like, I'm just putting it up there to be like, oh, hey, whatever, this was cool. And then for like 3 months, it just over and over and over was going crazy. And then they, a lot of people had asked me, well, that's only a minute and a half. Can you do a full length version of it? So I'm back to the drawing board and I redid it, but like the full 4 minutes, which was probably the hardest thing I've ever played on guitar, honestly, because you're taking a whole orchestra and you're boiling it down to just playing one guitar, or multiple guitars, I should say. But yeah, that's sort of what happened. Is I guess the world, or part of the world, I should say, a section of the world, like, was really like, this is cool, man, and westerns are cool, and so it was probably the most successful thing I've ever done. It's wild.
Was it hard to keep up, or did you want to, I guess, keep up with the comments, maybe questions people were asking? Because at some point you start responding and you're like, dude, I appreciate the comments, but I can't. You get not really tired of it, but it's overwhelming at some point.
Yeah. And it was overwhelming at some point. I really did do my best to talk to everybody if I could. But it, suddenly you're sitting there and it's a full-time job just writing back, and a lot of it's in Portuguese, so you got to translate, or it's in Turkish, so you got to translate, and
Do you get a lot of like
super cool
baby pictures? Because like for me, I get the male genitals, so I wanted to know for guys, do girls send like boobies or vagina? Like,
It's the hair. If they do, it's because of the hair.
I got a lot of comments about the hair for sure.
There you go.
But I also got a lot of hate because I was wearing black nail polish in the video, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, man?"
You got hate for that?
I got so much hate for that. That was most of the hate. It was like, it sounded a lot better without the nail polish, dude. And I'm like, "Are you kidding me, dude?"
I think it sounds better with the nail polish.
Yeah,
I think you have style, right? You got style at that point. Makes you more like interesting if you're dressed up for the part of someone trying to, being a celebrity and getting people known. I feel like if you look more interesting, people are more interested, but you're going to get your haters no matter what. I mean, people.
Oh, exactly.
I don't have that many views yet, so no one talks shit to me, but one day I hope they do talk shit, because that means I made it.
That's it. I was going to say haters exist.
You'll be ready for it too, man. You'll know exactly what to say in response.
Yeah. So, hey,
go ahead.
You got this music video out right now, and we're about to get into it. This is Scott Martin and the Grand Disaster. Head over heels right here on the Loud Spot.
Are you wishing you were here? 'Cause I just wanna hold you until time disappears. Can't remember who I was. I smell your skin, feel your touch, but it's never close enough. Now I'm head over heels. This is all I wanna feel. There's something in the air tonight. Lightning crashes, hearts collide. I'm head over heels. Head over heels. You're an angel straight from heaven above. You make me wanna fall in love. Are you in this dream with me? Feels just like a movie, and we're on the silver screen. You've got me spinning round and around. Babe, let's fall together. I won't let you hit the ground. Now I'm head over heels. This is all I wanna feel. There's something in the air tonight. Lightning crashes, hearts collide. I'm head over heels. Head over heels. You're an angel straight from heaven above. You make me wanna fall in love. Can't help myself. My body burns. My heart it yearns for you all through the night. You make me wanna stay until the morning. Make me wanna fall in love. Deep inside your hazel eyes, electric sparks, a new sunrise. I can't get you off my mind. Girl, tonight we're so alive. Now I'm head over heels. This is all I wanna feel. There's something in the air tonight. Lightning crashes, hearts collide. I'm head over heels. Head over heels. You're an angel straight from heaven above. You make me wanna fall in love. You make me wanna fall in love. You make me wanna fall in love.
Definitely a panty dropping song.
Oh yeah, dude.
Sam has less. Let me find the. Put your name back up on the screen. Hold on a second. I think Sam's Wi-Fi is horrible, and he's actually in the background. But he was. Now he's gone. So let me find this. Where the hell is it at? There it is. Scott Martin, right there, head over heels. Every man that has a girlfriend or a wife needs to show them that song, because if your relationship is not going good, or if you're just dating or just met someone who doesn't even like you, they might like you more now if you play that song for them.
Or if they already hate you, you're gonna show them that, and they're gonna go find Scott Martin. So that video was shot. Head Over Heels was shot in kind of an iconic location in New York. Tell us a little bit about that and kind of the backstory on that. And how did you kind of not necessarily fall into that opportunity, but how'd that come about for you?
You know, there's a place in Williamsburg, which is the neighborhood I live in Brooklyn, and it's Main Drag Music, right? It's been there forever. And, you know, you go in there, you hang out, you play the guitars, you go there, you get your strings, maybe they fix something that's broken or whatever. And recently they opened their like basement up as a live venue. And I was lucky enough to get invited to jump on a bill there in like May. And I remember walking in and just going, holy shit, this is wild down here. It's just like, you know, Batman's like cave or whatever. It's like absolutely crazy down there. And played the show. It was a great show. Met the owner, really cool guy. And he was like, yo, if you ever want to like use this space to like shoot a video or something, like you're more than welcome to. My manager jumped right on. She was like, yeah, we'll be here in like 2 weeks and we'll shoot this music video.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, don't pass that up.
But
Sorry, I'm looking
but
for
yeah,
it.
it's just
Go
an
ahead, go
iconic.
ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
Yeah,
go
it's
ahead.
just an iconic music store. And it was
What's
good to pay
your-
homage to that kind of thing.
What's your future plans with Scott Martin and the Grand Disaster? Do you plan on doing tours? Do you have tours set up, or are you just going to be like an internet type band that releases music?
Well, I would love to tour. I mean, for now, I have to, I suppose, really solidify an audience in cities, and that's really what we're working at the moment. So that when you go on tour, you've got people showing up. Because touring is notoriously very expensive, and it's hard to really wind up in the black on that kind of thing. So if you're going to do it, you want to do it to the point where when you go to a city, if you've planned it well, people are coming out to see you. So I think that's where I'm at with that, because I mean, I'm a live player. I play live 6 days a week. So I would love to be doing it everywhere I possibly can, and that's sort of the idea there.
I don't think you're from New York City, dude. I'm not buying it. No, you're English or
It's like
something.
Brooklyn.
Come on,
Don't they like
come
to
on,
have, like,
I
totally buy it.
Okay.
You buy?
No, I
Hold on,
totally
spill the beans, dude. Spill the beans. Let's go.
Do it.
All right, I'll spill the beans.
Aha!
So there is a wild story here.
Wait.
It actually, people will go, nah, it doesn't make sense. But I was born in Long Island, like I said, right on the border of Queens, and I was born with that accent. But when I was 15, I moved to South Jersey, which is like down by Philadelphia, like the swamps, like Camden County. And everyone there says very long vowels. I have a boat. I have a home. I have a house. I swear to God, I moved down there and I was like, who the fuck are these people? Why are they talking like this? And suddenly I picked it up. And then I went to college in central Pennsylvania and I picked up a drawl. So now I really just have no idea how the hell to talk. So whatever comes out in any given situation is what comes out.
Dude, I call
it Tourette's. I got it too.
I'm thinking like, I don't even hear East Coast. Like I hear some East Coast. You've never lived in England or like South Wales.
I did live in England, actually.
You did? Okay. Thank you very
Good
much.
job.
How long did you live in England for?
Oh, just a couple months, man. I was there for a semester at college.
It doesn't matter. I think some English got a little bit a hold of you with that. I swear, because your accent's so confusing. I hear a little bit of East Coast. And to me, I don't care if you're from Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania. To me, the East Coast, there's just subtle differences. But I hear like an English or something accent in there. I don't know, Diego, what do you think? You just
I thought he had I thought you have just a touch of an accent somewhere, but it also could be New York though, because New Yorkers, it's a thing. Californians and New Yorkers, two different worlds.
We don't have an accent.
Californians don't have accents, I don't think.
We don't have an accent, and you can spot us from a mile away.
Why?
We all kind of look like
Because I have
this.
freckles?
But New Yorkers, though, you can spot them from a mile away too. It's all about the voice, a little bit of an accent, and they all have that look. They all have the look, and it's hard to explain. But that's why I say Scott. If you'd have said where's he from, I'd have said Jersey or New York.
I would have said England.
He's very suave. He's very good looking, man.
So are
Goddamn.
the English people.
Yeah.
They got good hair and they're suave also. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh,
look, you
his-
pissed
his-
him off.
no, I don't
He
know.
looks
I
like
think his, I think
Pierce
his Wi-Fi is
Brosnan.
horrible. I think his
Ron-
Wi-Fi is
what's
horrible.
his name?
I was about to ask him where he thought I was from. 'Cause I wonder
Oh
if I
my
have a
God, was
southern
it
accent.
doing it to you guys was all or was that me?
No,
No,
it's doing
he
it
had no
now.
Wi-Fi.
It wasn't.
Oh my God, during the whole show, and I was getting queasy. I was like, it was all beep, boop, beep, boop. I was like, oh my God.
I don't think we
Sorry,
pissed
you.
him off. Oh, there he is. He's coming back. Okay. His Wi-Fi is not doing. Okay, there you go.
It's funny. Greatest city in the world, worst Wi-Fi. I'll tell you that.
A lot of people are on it. I think my Wi-Fi is kind of, and I'm not even gonna tell you where I'm at. Where would
That's
you
all right. Tell
say
Sebastian,
I-
you got mad.
what
Fine.
accent do
Fuck
I
you,
have?
Sebastian.
What if I had an accent? Where would it be from?
You got it.
If you had
I
an
would
accent.
figure that you're from like southern Midwest somewhere, man.
That's crazy. You know, I think I had this. I'm from California, but I've lived
Okay.
in Oklahoma for 17 years, I think. So I think
Okay.
I got that southern draw.
Wait, does
a little
Oklahoma
bit.
have an accent though? Do people
Oh
in
my
Oklahoma?
God. Dude,
what? Tell
it's
me.
weird. Well, no, like if you go to like southern Oklahoma, they sound like a bunch of gay dudes. They're like, "Hey y'all, how you doing?" But like where I live in Oklahoma, it's not so much that.
Hey y'all.
And then I worked in the oil industry for a long time, and I was dealing with a lot of roughneck type guys with really thick
Mhm.
accents, and so I think that that kind of especially when I'm
Yeah,
drinking
you do
beer.
talk very like aggressive.
Am I aggressive? I'm not
Very
aggressive.
Now that I think about it, you do. Yeah. Now that I
Yeah.
think about it.
You know?
He's just like, what are you talking about? Sometimes I'm like, I don't feel
Well,
so
my
good.
dad's from New York City. That's where my
Yeah.
aggression comes from. That's why I sound aggressive.
Your dad's
All
so
right,
cute.
Scott. Let's talk about your website and if you have any merch and future show dates, maybe if you have any.
Yeah. I mean, as far as website, it's scottccmartin.com. You know, same as my handle, all the socials, right? And you know, I've got T-shirts up there. We've got, you know, CDs, posters, things like that. You know, and you can find it all there.
Right
And
on.
as far as shows, I mean, oh yeah, no, I was just saying, the next show I'm playing, I believe, is August 20th in New York
Okay,
City. And
Okay. There
New
is a
York
slight
City.
there's New York City. There is a
Dixie, got
slight
it.
delay. There's a slight delay. I want to ask a question, and then when you're talking, but it wasn't so bad, so I didn't bring it up too much during the podcast.
okay.
Thank you, Scott. If you want to check out Scott's music and all his other songs, go to you can just type in Scott Martin and the Grand Disaster on Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, wherever you get your music. I'm sure it's everywhere. Scott, will you please stay right there till after the outro song plays? I do want to thank all of our listeners. Kyler, Diego, Sam got his Wi-Fi's horrible too. I think he got kicked off. I thank God we did not piss you off by talking about your accent. We were wondering maybe if you
No.
left because you were mad at us. And then he came back on. So thank you very much. Stay right there till after the outro song plays. That's all the time. You got to check us out also on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. Peace out. Rock on. Oh, and he left again. Much love.
This is the Loud Spot outro by nothing short of tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does nothing short of tragic have us back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. A pimp host has to pimp show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.